My favorite player in the portal. Yeah, I'll say it. I don't care. I don't care about the rankings. I don't care about none of that. Pro from Lincoln Memorial, Elyjah Freeman has is it visits lined up or is it just interest here? I think it's. I'm not sure if he's scheduled them yet, but I think he's planning on scheduling visits here in the near coming future. But his list: Tennessee, Auburn, Indiana, a variety of options there. Two SEC schools, one Big Ten school, one Big Ten school with a new coach who's kind of building a roster over there, has done some great things in the portal so far. Elijah Freeman would be another really good ad. Tennessee obviously could use him as well. They're also in the Nate Amen sweepstakes. And then you look at Auburn, they just lose Chad Baker Mazzara. So Elijah Freeman, just to kind of talk about his game a little bit, I think this kid eventually ends up being an NBA player. I truly believe so. I do. I think he has the size, the game. I think, it might take some time at a Division 1 level, right? But everything is there. The skills, the athleticism, the everything is there in my opinion. So I think this list is I think the schools that have been after him are very indicative of his skill set. But it is interesting because Dion, we did the first video on him when he entered the portal, right? And the schools on his list were like, oh, Kentucky's the first people to call him. And he's like, oh, Kentucky, that's, obviously Lincoln Memorial's in that kind of in that area. Actually, no, it's not. My apologies. It's in North Carolina. That's on me. Hey,
I'm not getting involved in geography ever again on this channel.
hand up. That's on me. But Kentucky was said to have reached out to him the minute he entered the portal. There were some thoughts that like it was kind of a done deal to at least in my head, just because I thought that they reached out and they were gonna kind of make that happen. But um, wait, what you got? Go ahead.
Lincoln Memorial's in Tennessee.
Is it in Tennessee?
Yeah, it's just not in North Carolina. Also nowhere. I don't know if Tennessee's near Kentucky, but I'm assuming it isn't.
Yeah. So this is why. Um, This is why we are not a geography podcast. But in any regard, Elijah Freeman is a guy who can shoot the basketball. He was freshman of the year in his conference. He was incredible from three, two, everywhere, rebounded the ball. I think he's a dynamic guy, and once he gets to the Division 1 level, I think he eventually gets himself into that NBA conversation. So, Dion, what do you think about his? I mean, you already talked about his game, but speak on his game a little bit more, and then talk about this list of schools that he has.
So he's my second favorite player in the portal behind Blake Harper. I think both those dudes, I agree with you. I think both those dudes wind up in the league. I think Elijah Freeman kind of does a little bit of everything. Granted, it was Lincoln Memorial's D2, right?
Yeah.
It was at the D2 level, but there's a clear like wiggle to his game. I'm talking snatchbacks, like whatever you want. I saw one play where he snatched back into a hezzy, made the guy fall and dunked it. Like there's very few things I need to see. Aunt Rank always makes fun of me for this one in group chats whenever Benedict Matherin's playing. Summer League, Benedict's first year. Uh, he hit a hezzy into a three, and I immediately hit group chats like, yo, this is the guy in the draft class. So
Crazy.
there's very few things that I need to see to be like, yeah, that's my guy. Elijah Freeman hit all those moves.
You might notice there's a lot of lights on behind me. There's a big ring light I'm using to record this. You want to know why those lights stay on? Because of Underdog, because of these ad reads, people.
Yeah, we heard your feedback. You're annoyed that we keep putting underdog ads in the middle of our videos. Well, guess what? We got to keep the lights on and we need some people to sign up for Underdog Fantasy. If you like these videos, if you want us to keep making videos, sign up with Underdog Fantasy, use promo code SLEEPERS, and they actually have an awesome offer for you. You can receive up to $1,000 in bonus credits. 50% of your first deposit will be distributed in bonus credits, and you get a free pick. And Cart, I got a pick with Underdog Fantasy for this weekend that I'm already eyeing. We got the Pistons and the Knicks, first playoff series in a while for our favorite team. Cade Cunningham over 27 and a half points. I'm taking higher than that for my pick with Underdog. Promo code SLEEPERS. Sign up with Underdog Fantasy. It helps the show. It helps us keep making these videos for you. Back to the show.
I believe he visited Auburn last weekend. I believe he visited Tennessee Wednesday. So his first two visits should be done. If he makes it to Bloomington, he won't leave. I'm gonna put it like that. If he makes it to Bloomington, he won't leave. I think if you're Auburn or Tennessee, you want him to commit before he gets on campus out there. He's the perfect player for DeVries. DeVries also has more money than both Tennessee and Auburn too. So you combine the two, I don't think he leaves Bloomington if he gets out there.
Yeah. And so Tennessee. went to go visit him, I think recently, right? And he's going to be taking a visit to Auburn soon. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. If you had to pick one of the schools from these three for him to go to, Auburn, Tennessee, or Indiana, which one would you pick?
Indiana with DeVries.
Indiana with DeVries?
Yeah, I think you could play very, I don't want to say like it's not like very high paced, but it's offense first. It's very offense centric. DeVries draws up great out of bounds plays. He's great within the timeout. He plays like a deep-ish bench, and I don't see Elijah Freeman as like a Division I level starter this year. And I think he's gonna have to go somewhere where he can come off the bench and still get in the game a little bit. So I think it fits a little bit more there. I mean, with that in mind, though. We seen Auburn do it with Janai Broom, right?
Yeah, we have also I do see him as a starter. Let's forget about Chad Baker Mazara. Throw my guy Elijah Freeman in that role. We rock, we get better, and we feel great about where we're at. War Eagle. That's all I got. What do they do? What's their
Uh,
signal? What's their signal? They do this on War Eagle?
was it this?
No, that's-
Who was doing? Was this? This was Houston.
this was Houston.
Okay. Shout out Houston.
Uh,
I'm enamored by the Final Four teams stuff, by the way. Like whatever they do with their hands, that had me, yeah.
Gators, yeah, this
We
thing.
got to get one for Duke.
Duke just acts like they're better than everybody. They don't have they just they roll their eyes. That's their chant.
I think the Brotherhood needs like a handshake.
They need something because that Cascade bullshit they do is awful. But it'll be interesting to see where Elijah Freeman ends up. I honestly, personally, am been pulling for him to end up at Auburn. I think he'd be a good fit. I think he'd be good for him. I think you forget about Chad Baker Mazar, you get him. That's all I got to say about that. But we'll see where he ends up. Stay tuned to the Super Media YouTube channel for all of Elijah Freeman updates.